Surah 85. Al-Buruj. Context. Period of revelation. The subject matter itself indicates that this surah was sent down at Mecca, in the period when persecution of the Muslims was at its climax, and the disbelievers of Mecca were trying their utmost by tyranny and coercion, to turn away the new reverts from Islam. The theme and subject matter. Its theme is to warn the disbelievers of the evil consequences of the persecution and tyranny that they were perpetrating on the reverts to Islam, and to console the believers, as to say,
if you remain firm and steadfast against tyranny and coercion, you will be rewarded richly for it, and God will certainly avenge himself on your persecutors on your behalf.
In this connection, first of all, the story of the people of the ditch, Ashab al-Ukhdud, had been related, who had burnt the believers to death by casting them into pits full of fire. By means of this story, the believers and the disbelievers have been taught a few lessons. First, that just as the people of the ditch became worthy of God's curse and punishment, so are the chiefs of Mecca also becoming worthy of it. Second, that just as the believers at that time had willingly accepted to sacrifice their lives by being burnt to death in the pits of fire, instead of turning away from the faith, so also the believers now should endure every persecution, but should never give up the faith. Third, that God, acknowledging whom displeases the disbelievers and is urged on by the believers, is dominant and master of the kingdom of the earth and heavens. He is self-praiseworthy and is watching what the two groups are striving for. Therefore, it is certain that the disbelievers will not only be punished in hell for their disbelief, but more than that, they too will suffer punishment by fire, as a fit recompense for their tyranny and cruelties. Likewise, this also is certain, that those who believe and follow up their belief with good deeds should go to paradise, and this indeed is the supreme success. Then the disbelievers have been warned.
God's grip is very severe. If you are proud of the strength of your hosts, you should know that the hosts of Pharaoh and Thamud were even stronger and more numerous. Therefore, you should learn a lesson from the fate they met. God's power has so encompassed you that you cannot escape his encirclement, and the Quran that you are bent upon belying is unchangeable. It is inscribed in the preserved tablet, which cannot be corrupted in any way.
Surah 85. Al-Buruj. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. By the sky containing great stars, and by the promised day, and by the witness in what is witnessed, destroyed, cursed, were the companions of the trench, containing the fire full of fuel, when they were sitting near it, and they to what they were doing, against the believers, were witnesses. And they resented them not, except because they believed in God, the exalted in might, the praiseworthy, to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. And God, over all things, is witness. Indeed, those who have tortured the believing men and believing women, and then have not repented, will have the punishment of hell, and they will have the punishment of the burning fire. Indeed, those who have believed, and done righteous deeds, will have gardens beneath which rivers flow. That is the great attainment. Indeed, the assault, vengeance, of your Lord, is severe. Indeed, it is He who originates creation and repeats. And He is the forgiving, the affectionate, honorable owner of the throne, effector of what He intends. Has there reached you the story of the soldiers, those of Pharaoh and Thamud? But they who disbelieve are in persistent denial, while God encompasses them from behind. But this is an honored Quran, inscribed in a preserved slate,